all to pilot number 1 of whatever we titled this podcast. Presumably it'll come under some banner of Pleasure Explosion because I own the URL and it's funny. Although I'm not sure if the actual show will be called that. I think we've managed to get a couple of associated social medias, but I don't really remember the details, so someone else can mention them at the end of the episode. We are a small collective of friends that met through the Kinda Funny community and recently spent a weekend together at RTX Sydney 2017. Big ups RTX. In an effort to hang out more regularly than once ever, we decided to record this podcast. It's still unclear what real form the podcast will take, if there'll be a particular topic, schedule, or whatever, hence titling this pilot episode number 1. But we're aiming to get a podcast out every week, so I guess we'll find out soon enough. Roughly, we're going to talk shit about something for a while. Thanks for sticking around for the ride. Here goes. I'm Thomas, and I have the honour of hosting the inaugural episode. With me today, in no particular order, if you want to say hello as I go around, guys. Jack.
Yeah.
Dylan.
That was way too professional. Hello.
Ashley.
Hey.
Or Ash, I guess.
Yeah,
Nick.
whatever. Smash.
Nick, are you there?
Present.
And Jono.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
So white.
Yeah, I know. We've got to
So
bring some culture,
You do.
I told.
The plan today. Oh, sorry.
No. I was just saying we've already covered our ethnicity quota, Jono. So you can cut that shit right out.
Oh, sorry, mate.
The plan today is basically to talk about how we met, maybe what we expected of one another beforehand, how those expectations actually played out, and maybe a general debrief on RTX Sydney 2017.
Sounds
Depending how long we go, we can make an episode on each of us from this chat. We might need to record more next week to cover everyone. We might manage 10 minutes, who knows. Anyway, I thought I'd start with a super brief background on my trip to Sydney and see how we go from there.
Sounds good.
I live and work in Wellington. Ventured over to Sydney for the weekend basically by myself. Booked tickets the moment I found out some of the Kinda Funny crew were heading down under. Then through the Kinda Funny Facebook group and an event someone created, tried to put myself out there a little, so I'd hopefully have some kind of interaction with a couple of people I might be able to latch onto for the weekend. That went quite well. It ended up that I shared a taxi to Wellington Airport with someone from the community, Angelo, not on the podcast, a taxi into Sydney with him and another friend, Kieran, also not on the podcast. Spent the day with them both and 2 others, Jaden and NATO, neither of which are on the podcast.
We're going well so far.
Who the fuck's actually on this podcast?
Mid-afternoon, we went to King's Comics, bumped into Ashley, who is on the podcast.
Yes.
I told him to hang out with us if he wanted. We exchanged numbers and whatnot. I went for a nap after being allowed into my hostel at 2. Then met everyone else except Nick at the Edinburgh Castle for a drink on Friday evening.
I
Nick,
was not there either.
Oh, weren't you?
No.
No, Jono was
just
up to
too high
profile.
profile. I was on a
Nick.
boat.
Motherfucker.
Ah, that's right.
Remember the whole afternoon it was Jono going, I'm on a boat with my... just cruising around drinking wine. I'll meet up with you later.
I'm on a boat.
Please listen to my podcast and buy my book. Here's my business card. I'll get off my boat to give you my business card.
I'm sailing. These are my sailing trousers.
Nailed it, man. Nailed it.
That's a great Jono impression.
I didn't even know it wasn't Jono saying that.
All us Australians sound the same, huh?
Yep, you do.
Racist.
Then Nick, we met at dinner that Friday night. And then Jono, apparently we met sometime after that. I can't remember if it was...
he showed up then too. Yeah, he was at...
Did you show up at dinner?
Yeah.
There you go. Nick and Jono, we met at dinner.
You never said where I showed up.
You were in with everybody at the Edinburgh Castle. I did say where you showed up.
No, I showed up at King's Comics.
Yes, we met at
Did
King's
you?
Comics, yeah. He was filming me.
Okay.
I was...
Creeping.
I was...
I was creeping.
Yes. For those listening, if you don't... this is going to be hard for people listening to work out who's talking, but this is Jack now. But I was walking... We all met at King's Comics later in the afternoon, as Tom said, and I was sort of browsing, perusing, and I was being... There was a voyeur stalking me around the comic shop, filming me. And I looked up and I'm like, hey, that's a Beyond shirt. And I was like, oh, it's Dylan! Ah! And then and I went over and gave him a hug. He was a bit reluctant to hug me because it was the first time we had met, but I felt the love.
I had a wank.
At the comic store, or
Right there and then.
right there and then after the.
That's why I was so
and then later with
awkward.
the
You were like, come over. You're like, hey man, and I'm like, hey, can I wash my hands?
I thought you were just telling us what you did this afternoon.
Well, I did, but yeah.
Embrace the wank. Embrace the wank. Sorry, Tom. Continue.
Yeah, continue.
Hey, that's as far as I got.
Yeah.
I don't know where we go from here. Whether there's questions, comments, concerns, or
I'm concerned.
anybody
I'm
else
concerned
has
also.
their own
I just learned
introduction.
Dylan was masturbating when I met him. But no, I can jump in now and sort of give my history. So, obviously we all met through Kind of Funny. It's sort of where we all come together. But I've followed the Kind of Funny guys back when they were Beyond, which I think a lot of us did, and part of the Facebook group, and a lot of you, I've conversated with, I guess you'd say, for in the past.
Spoken to?
I've spoken to.
Conversated was a word, you might say that, but because
trying to use big
conversated
words,
isn't
okay.
a word.
I've conversed. We've spoken like a lot through the
He's got a
Facebook.
dictionary
Conversed is
right in front
correct.
of him while he's recording this, and every now and then he just licks
got
his
my
finger
Oxford
and he's like,
thesaurus,
slip, 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 slip.
Multiple syllables.
Yeah. But the main ones are probably Dylan, Nick, Jono, who we'd spoken beforehand, Tom a little bit through the Facebook group. But I mean, I never thought I would get the opportunity to meet the Kind of Fun, or even see the Kind of Funny guys live in person. And the second I saw that they popped up, that they were going to be at RTX, I was like, no brainer, man, jump on it. In Sydney, it's an hour and a bit flight for me from Melbourne, so it was a no brainer. And it was great that we all sort of, we all made contact first. We jumped in the event. We sort of Nick organised the meetup, which I'm sure he'll go into. But it was great. And yeah, we obviously met at the comic store, went out for dinner. It was a great weekend. So we all, and it spawned off, I think, a lot of different things. We all seem to have gotten a lot out of it personally and creatively. I know myself, obviously, have started doing my journals and that kind of thing, and Jono was able to start up his podcast, which I'm sure he'll go into, along with his book and his other endeavours that we're sort of down the chain in. But look, that's fine, Jono. We know where we stand. But
Third place is still pretty good.
yeah, it's good. No, I like it. No, look, it seems to have spawned nothing but positivity, which has always been the Kind of Funny community's MO, as I'm sure we all know, is that it's always been a good place to go where people can feel comfortable to share, and it was something that I was always a bit, I don't know, kept at arm's length through sort of the starters. It was a little bit, I'm like, are we all really best friends, or do people just say that to make themselves feel better? But as I've got to know people better and genuinely become friends with all of you and other people in the group, and it really is more than just words. It's it's actions. It's people caring for each other and being able to meet for the first time and just connect like we've all known each other for years. So I think it's something quite special.
Yeah, I
Really
think Ashley probably has something to say about that, because when I don't know if you were in the Facebook
No,
event
He
or
never
anything,
met
but
any of us until that
I
day.
never met any of
He
you.
never met anyone.
So I was like super nervous, just walked up to this guy who had a Kind of Funny shirt on, and I was like, hey dude, we're people and we're gonna go have a drink later if you want to come hang out. Fully expecting you to be like,
Fuck off, weirdo.
yeah, what are you doing?
Fucking Kiwi weirdo.
You're not a person, you're a fucking New Zealander.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
crazy series of events, I guess. I'm from Brisbane, obviously, so... Well, not obviously to everyone.
So obvious.
Pretty much my brother's a big Rooster Teeth fan, the main sort of stuff, so we agreed to come down, seeing as Kind of Funny was there. Yeah, so just pure luck that we happened to walk into that comic book store at the right time in the right shirt, and all you guys were there at the same time. And
What was your plan So we basically changed your weekend. We changed your life, basically, is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
You're welcome.
For the better.
You're fucking welcome. So what was your plan coming down? Because the rest of us were obviously like, we've never met each other before, but we're going to meet up. So I was coming there alone, but I knew I was going to meet up with someone eventually. So you're just going to hang with your brother the whole weekend?
I had looked into the Facebook group and sort of saw the events, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go to the meetup or not, but obviously that everything happened the way it did, and we're all good now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So was your brother actually there?
I kept laughing all weekend.
Well,
yeah, his
was your
brother
brother
was
actually
there.
there?
Yeah, he was. He didn't get the chance to meet him.
Oh
not
my
kept
that
hearing
god,
about
his
him.
brother's Panda Musk.
I met him on the
He's
Sunday
Panda
morning
Musk.
We all had breakfast.
Yeah. Was he hanging out with our crew?
No, he's a
Occasionally.
Rooster Teeth. He was a Rooster Teeth.
Yeah,
Didn't
Rooster
you-
Teeth
Yeah,
person.
so
so-
you're
kept-
a Rooster Teeth Jack.
I was like, "Where's your brother?" Once he's like, he's got his own Rooster Teeth crew." I'm like, oh yeah, it's not as good
Yeah.
as the Kind of Funny crew, surely. Like,
I probably saw him around, but didn't connect the dots.
No, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I saw him a couple of times, but just once or twice. This is my brother. He's here as well. Oh, cool. And then he just kind of disappeared off doing his own thing. So
is your brother
Like you
older
do.
than you or younger?
No, I'm the eldest, so
Ah.
Did he have other friends there? Like, did he have any Rooster Teeth best?
he'd been to Rooster Teeth meetups at like Supernova and that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he had some
Okay.
people he knew. So.
Yeah. So he didn't find it weird when you was like, "I found my wolf pack."
No, it was just.
I'm going off. He's like, "Yeah, all right. I'm glad you've done that."
Yeah.
No, it was just awkward
Please leave
because we
me
only had the
alone.
one set of keys for the hostel. So,
Oh,
Oh dear.
but it all worked out. So
well, I'm pretty sure you was always out the latest with me, and every night you was out the latest. So what the fuck was he doing?
He
Did you have to like
sounds-
track him down to get in?
every other night except the last night, he was home first.
Ah.
But yeah, that last night was a strange coincidence. He was heading to where we were staying over at that hotel. So we just happened to meet each other on the bridge. So that was
That
pretty
bridge
easy.
over the harbour.
Handy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who wants to go next?
I'll jump in. So, when I joined that Facebook group, the Kind of Funny group, I kind of viewed every other person in that group as a faceless identity. You know, all these people are one person because there's so
For the listeners' information, this is Jono speaking, by the way. Just so.
Oh hi, I'm Jono.
There we go.
The elitist.
Yeah,
Here's the author of the group.
yeah. That's it.
If we were to start a like a new society when the world ends, he would be our he would be like the knowledge one.
The mayor?
No, I don't know. I feel like Nick would be mayor just because he's got that kind of.
The voice. He's got the voice.
Yeah, he's got the demeanour
Follow
for
me.
I
it.
can speak
He's got
louder
the
than everyone.
He's just got the demeanour for it. Jono, you'd be like our historian and our
Sure, I can be the scribe.
yeah.
That's like this is the way of the old land.
Yes, absolutely. Anyway, apologies. Continue.
That's okay. Anyway,
Dylan,
so-
you're almost definitely the court jester.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Before I go on, I just want to say that a few minutes ago there was a blowfly buzzing around me and annoying me, and I thought it might come up in the mic. It was really bothering me, and I just reached out and I grabbed it like Superman. So I feel really powerful.
We'll fix
right
it
now.
in post.
Did you use chopsticks?
No, I just closed my hand around it. You know,
I don't want to know about
it
it.
was. Okay, I used
Continue. You
Anyway.
you're
You're not
telling
the
a
best
story
around.
about how you thought
Mr.
everyone on the
Miyagi or
internet
nothing.
was,
Yeah, everyone in that
eggs.
Facebook group was just one collective person that I could post something about a video game or a movie, and then there'd be responses and vice versa. But
Lots of different
as-
personalities.
yeah, but because there's so
Something
many,
to satiate your ego.
it's pretty hard. Yeah, it's pretty hard to differentiate between the personalities when you're.
Am I the only
interacting
one
with
that
someone once
thinks?
a day? Yes.
No, that's just it. That's just
No, that's the Facebook group in a nutshell.
I get it. Yeah. I'll continue. That's a super inside joke for the Facebook group. But anyway, so it was as I'd been there longer and longer that I started to differentiate between the different people, and especially after I found out who the Aussies were, that seemed to stick in my head a lot more than the others. And then when I was promoting my book, and the people who were really supportive were especially some of you guys, Dylan, Jack, and Nick, come to mind the most. NATO as well, although he's not so much in the Facebook group as he is on Twitter. And that was really the start of the community that we have in this podcast at the moment, that I started to feel a connection to you guys. And yeah, when RTX was announced, that was really, I think, what brought us together even more than
I'd feel like until like 12 months ago, like you'd know there was a couple Aussies in the group, or like a Kiwi, I suppose. But
if we have to.
But you never really. And then for some reason, as soon as you saw one, like the first, it's like, I don't know who the first Aussie person I would have seen. I don't know. I'll assume it's just. I think it was Jack.
Yeah,
it was probably. I'm going to assume mine was Jack.
Yeah, it would have been. I remember the first time we I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think I'm pretty sure I was drunk, and I was like, "Where are the Aussies at in this fucking bitch?"
Yeah.
And we were talking, and I was like, "Oh, I'll add them." I added Shan, and I tried to add Dylan, and I got a private message back. And he's like, "I'm trying to cut my friends list down. I'm a little bit too popular, but follow my YouTube channel."
Shut down.
But I got there anyway. I slid into his friends list eventually.
Yeah. For some reason, I was in like a weird mindset where I'm like, my Facebook only needs to be for close friends and relatives. And I was like, oh my
Rest
God.
in peace, timeline.
Yeah, and then now I give any fucks. I'm like, as friend request, who are you? I'd accept.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, so that was kind of the beginning, and then getting to meet everyone at Sydney, pretty much, I feel like everyone represented themselves fairly well, in that my first impressions in real life were the same as what I'd come to know of you guys through the Facebook group and chat that we had going. So, yeah, it was really good.
Who was more different than what you expected them to be?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think everyone really came across true to their personality, because everyone is the same in real life as they are in the group and on the chat.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that
I don't
make
think
sense?
I've ever like I'll fuck around more a little bit more online, but like it's not like I'm you know, you get the people that are like keyboard warriors, and then you'll meet them in real life, and they're like fucking pansy dickheads.
Yeah,
like,
I guess
you know.
maybe Dylan was a little more reserved than I expected.
I didn't quite expect. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Reserved.
Reserved.
Yeah, slightly.
I can't run at 150% all fucking day.
He's got photos to take.
Is it a photo? Take the picture.
All right, I'll jump in now. I joined the Facebook group once I found out that
Hi, Nick.
Kind of funny. Hi, I'm Nick, by the way.
Hi, Nick.
Hi.
I don't do.
By
what
the
I'm
way,
talking
is a
about
funny
myself.
last name.
Nick's the man.
Right, so I joined the Kind of Funny Facebook group back when I found out that the guys were leaving Beyond, and that's when I first learned about Kind of Funny. So I obviously made the transition. The first year, maybe, I didn't really associate with anyone very closely. Then I started to pick out who the Australians were, and I started more like commenting on their stuff, building up a rapport. I remember the first one was Jono, and then Jack, and then everyone else fell in line. And then, yeah, as soon as I found out that the guys were coming to Sydney, I called my wife and said, we've got to go. We've got to get the time off and go. So we booked it the day the tickets come out.
Jesus Christ.
Is there a crying?
Who's dying in the background?
I'm sorry, it's my son.
Not mine.
It's my son. He's teething.
Jesus. He's like this Nick guy. Nick starts talking. He's just like...
Right, duly noted.
I thought somebody was getting murdered back there.
I'm like, oh my God.
I'm gonna
might be.
I'm gonna jump off for a minute and just make sure everyone is okay out there. So, but continue.
Just
Nick.
tell him that Nick's gonna, you know,
I'm doing a podcast.
Just tell him Nick's not gonna kill him.
I'm podcasting here. No, I'll be back momentarily, guys. Continue.
All right.
Me.
No
Right,
problem.
are we going to pause it till he gets back?
No,
No, keep
continue.
going.
We'll
Keep
just
going.
edit it out.
Okay, righto.
Don't say anything
then-
cool that I won't.
It's a conversational podcast.
Alright, I'll be back.
Alright, so then I joined the event on Facebook that somebody, Seamus, I think, set up.
Yeah,
and
he
then,
started it.
months and months of just meandering and nothing happening. And then about 3 weeks before, I thought, fuck it, nobody's going to do anything unless I do it. So
Oh, yeah.
I started
hero.
calling
100%
up.
true.
Yeah. I'm weird like that. I have to have a plan.
Well,
I have to know what's
That
going
was weird.
on.
I was like, I live all the way fucking down here in Tasmania. I don't know any fucking places in Sydney. Can someone who lives in Sydney,
Yeah.
figure out where the best restaurant or somewhere is? I was like, someone just, do it who lives
Yeah.
there.
And where do you
I
live
didn't
again,
live
Nick?
there. I live in Maitland, which is close to Newcastle, which is about 2.5 hour drive north of Sydney.
So you had no idea anywhere in Sydney. Where
Oh no,
He'd been there
I
before,
travelled
hadn't you?
to yeah.
Oh,
I
no, we
travelled
should
to
we
Sydney
should
quite
put
a
this
lot.
just to put this in context. You got in contact with the Hard Rock Cafe, and that's where we ended up having the community.
Yeah,
dinner.
I was getting to that.
Yeah. Well, we started talking
stop
about it.
bugging
I'm
me.
like, we should just.
Yeah, so I'd been to Hard Rock Cafe a couple of times, and the past few times it's been great. Been up there, I've really loved it. So I thought, oh, it's close to the event. It's like literally not even a 5-minute walk from the convention centre. So I thought it's nice and easy for everyone. And because at that point I didn't know Tim and Greg were going to come or not, so I thought it's nice and close. If they wanted to come, they didn't have to travel halfway across to Sydney. So I started organising it badly now in hindsight. Basically just saying, oh, if you come and let me know. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll just count the numbers from there. Oh, what a clusterfuck.
How would you have done it differently?
Now, I would have had gotten everybody's name who was coming and their phone number.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have collected money as a deposit or anything, but just to make them more accountable. Because it ended up being 70 odd people saying they were coming, and then I think it was 50 actually showed up.
I think, and then a lot of people walked in.
Yeah, there was a few
Coincidentally.
people there.
Like people saw on social media that they were there, I think, and then
Yeah,
started showing
Some
up.
people were just there coincidentally, like, oh, let's
Yeah.
go to the Hard Rock Cafe, and then
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
heaps of kind of funny people here.
Yeah.
that's
great.
it. Yeah.
There were a lot of Rooster Teeth people
Yeah.
there as well. I noticed they weren't sort of there for the kind of funny meetup.
No. But
But
yeah, so then
If they came next year, I'd actually. No, I don't know. It'd be,
I don't know if they'd actually do the same thing next year because everybody will then go. We're kind of expecting them to go, but not saying anything.
I was about to say, if they came to RTX next year, I'd actually hope they wouldn't come.
Yeah. Plus,
I-
not to be spiteful, but
No,
to be,
not to
I
be
don't know.
spiteful for people who missed out, but just as like you don't need to do it. Like you've done it once, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was cool.
So-
It was a cool surprise, though. It was like I think a few of us were it was pie in the sky, sort of hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was cool
It was
when
like a hope
they
beyond
walked
all
in.
hopes.
yeah.
And it
I know. Everyone was kind of disappointed that they weren't. The supposed year of community, and then they weren't actually organising anything to do with the community.
Yeah.
But
At
they
the
did
same
But they're not
time, every
American,
time
they
it was.
don't have enough
Yeah,
freedom
that-
to deserve meet and greet.
Hey, don't start that shit here.
So,
I can't stand that.
But
Nick, how long did
Every-
you know that they were coming?
every time it was mentioned, the look on Nick's face, that when anybody said something about, I'm a little disappointed they're not going to show up, or oh, it'd be really cool if they come as a surprise, just the corners of his mouth curl up into a smile, and I can't tell you anything, I don't know anything.
It was plausible deniability.
He did well. It was good. I was almost like the way I sort of went with it because I knew that there was like conversations about it possibly happening, and Nick knew something he wasn't telling us and that. And I was almost going into it like I do with most video games, where I'm like trying to avoid all spoilers. I want to be surprised. I don't want to know anything. Don't tell me if you know something. I don't want to know.
Yeah. So what ended up happening was about 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, when the ball started to get rolling on the community meetup, Joey, the kind of funny community manager, contacted me and said, hey, the guys are going to come for a couple of hours before they go do their obligatory VIP party, which they never did.
Which they never even went to.
Yeah,
That made me sad.
yeah, they stayed with us and then went home because they were
Sorry,
fucked from
Pat.
a long day.
Sorry, Pat.
Ah, well, you got to
you,
hang
Pat.
out with the Rooster Teeth guys, whoever they are.
And Kojima.
Yeah.
And like how
Oh,
he
did
he
Kojima
says
go
it
to
like
the-
a crying child. He's like, Kojima.
And then
No, I'm
yeah,
saying, I'm
basically,
saying it like it's a pretty big deal. He got to hang out with Kojima, so I don't think he should be too upset.
yeah.
I know. I wouldn't have a fucking conversation with him though. So I'm like, how much does it hanging out if you can't have like a reply with
Yeah.
someone? Like,
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I'm sure Pat was so drunk he probably didn't even notice Tim and Greg weren't there.
probably.
He was just trying to head on a
I
line.
was just
I'm
going to
gonna
say that.
Yeah.
Nah, he was a little disappointed.
Oh yeah,
You
I
would
can
be.
imagine he would
You
be.
pay all that money thinking,
I would
I'm
be
going to
too,
get to
yeah.
hang with... At least he got to sit down in that Kojima interview. That would have been worth the $500 on its own.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, don't get me started on the whole VIP thing. Anyway, so
Not yet, anyway.
not yet. Maybe down the track. So then.
I think you're important, Nick.
Oh, thank you. Then, so all that was organised, so on and so forth. Then, stupid me and my wife, because she come with me, we didn't take the Friday off beforehand, so we had to go down after when she finished work at about 3:30. And we hit peak hour traffic, and we got down there. We were staying at a hotel in Redfern. We got down there about 7, and then after that we settled in, had a shower, whatnot, and then we come out and meet you guys at was it Harbour Bar or something like that in
Something
Darling
like
Harbour?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Nick, set your
The
birds
party
free.
was already going. Oh, can you hear them?
I'll set my
Yeah.
child. I'll set my child free if you set your birds free.
If no one had said anything about the birds, we could have just
Oh, good.
said that they were like added in post just to add like a bit of a exotic
They are.
feel.
Bit of-
We're,
bit of
we're,
ambience.
we're recording in the middle of the forest.
Would have been alright.
Alright. Yeah, and then the rest is history. Had an awesome weekend meeting you guys. I think I made some really good friends. Some, good friends that I don't really want to associate with. But
Name names.
yeah, but no names. None of you guys. But other than that, awesome weekend. This spawned out of it, which I'm really excited to do. And the rest is history.
Yeah, it was really cool to see. Like, obviously, we have our group of friends here, but there was
Yeah.
there was like the Bizarro group.
The
happening next to us.
Bizarro group.
Yeah,
The Bizarro.
What is the Bizarro group?
Superman
Superman
reference.
reference.
yeah. Anyway, so, like when Dylan and NATO nicked off to go to their hotel after the meetup, and we just waited around for them for no reason.
We got
There was
lost.
a, there was another group of people who were like, "Hey, everybody, let's go do a kind of funny bar crawl."
Yeah, and I was like, who the
And
fuck
we,
are these guys?
and we were, they were all like super into it, and we were just like,
Yeah, no thanks.
yeah, we'll see you there. We'll catch up with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And they just took off, and they were having an awesome time. It just wasn't for us.
And we
it was
never saw them
they
again.
We never saw them again, but they had their own group, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
I remember
Yeah,
that
we're
after
all-
after one of the evenings. We're going on a pub crawl. We're just gonna walk up this way and see what we find. And I was like,
Yeah, that was it.
yeah, looking at my watch. I'm a bit old for that. Going to bed. Thanks for the invite.
For a while,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
And about 2 seconds later, Thomas was sitting on the steps
Playing
with
his
Vita.
Vita, yeah.
Yeah.
I have photographic
Dynasty
proof of that
Warriors.
moment.
I was gonna say that I feel like you guys probably think I play a lot more Vita than I actually do,
No,
but I'm actually
please.
playing right now.
Hold
I'll be
Don't
honest,
shatter
I
the
don't
illusion.
play
Can't you set your priorities straight?
I have my priorities exactly
Is
where
it
they need to
Dynasty
be.
Warriors still?
It's Dynasty Warriors
Oh,
still.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think
I'm
I've put
picturing-
nearly
You
50
couldn't
hours
put
into
a
this.
bigger niche out of a niche.
I'm picturing Thomas playing
Turn-based
it
Dynasty
right now
Warrior game.
as we podcast.
Well, you would be picturing exactly what's happening.
Nice.
You don't-
41 hours,
Who has
and
a
I have
knowledge?
completed
Must be Dylan's
55%.
Dylan, yeah.
Viva la Dill.
That
You can go to
I'm Ben.
youtube.com/VivaDill and you can watch my 2
Hey.
vlogs on the entire, 3 vlogs the
Three
entire
vlogs, yeah.
weekend.
Podcast over. Shut it down.
Have you
Done.
taken it yet?
What are we even talking about?
We was all doing our
How we
RTX
met.
stories. Oh, was it
go
how
back
we
before
met?
that. Yeah.
All right, so I joined the Facebook group today. Did anyone join day one?
Yes.
I feel like I
No.
joined.
I kinda
as soon
feel
as
like I
heard about
did.
it.
I was
it
there.
was
I
in-
joined Patreon Was it around before they announced they were leaving?
No, well, it was when they announced that they created like web because when did they change the name when they quit, or did they change?
They changed the name the day they announced that they were leaving.
Yes.
So that's when I joined.
Yes.
Yeah. So that day, I can't remember who it was, but it was like Kaylee and all those guys. They started the Kind of Funny group, and
Pat was one of the first.
did someone just groan?
They did. That's what I'm laughing at.
Oh dear!
I'm not
Savage.
saying anything, Nick.
Savage. Anyway, those guys sort of started the group, and I'm pretty sure I jumped over that day. It was almost instantaneous. Everyone's like, "Oh," because there was a heap of. I remember there being.
There was a heap. That's what I was going to say. I remember. So I like wake up that morning, and I'm like literally like refreshing my. I'm just like laying in bed for an hour, just doing the whole thing where you keep constantly refreshing Facebook.
I was heartbroken.
And you're doing everything, and I like refresh it, and it's like 20 seconds ago, 40 seconds ago, they literally just posted up the video and like the Facebook, whatever, all the announcement shit. And then within minutes, I joined like 6 different Kind of Funny Facebook groups, I think.
Yeah, there was.
Because everyone just kept making any, and they kept sharing them in the Beyond group.
Yeah,
so I just kept, I was like, join. One of these will stick.
Yeah. But there was a lot of. I
I
remember.
was pretty lucky because I only joined one, and it obviously was the one that stuck. So
I'm still in one of the old ones apparently. Everyone has shut the rest down, but I was looking through my groups the other day, and I was like, Kind of Funny best friend, something like that, and I'm like, what the fuck is this group?
There was quite a lot of. I remember there was quite a lot of resistance when it sort of all went down. People were like, "Oh," obviously there was a lot of people
Fuck
that
them.
were, "Yeah, fuck them," they're leaving IGN. What about Beyond? And there was a lot of resistance, and I sort of just jumped across because. Like I was not in the boat. I wasn't pissed off, but I was shattered. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like Beyond is such a big part of my life. Like, I listen to it every week, and I go back and read because at that point it was the only podcast that I listened to other than like the GOG show, and I would go back and like listen to old Beyonds, and I was like, "Well, I didn't know what to do with myself." I'm like, "What do I do now?" Like, am I gonna like Beyond is gone, and what's gonna happen, and how is this gonna work, and So, but I was pretty sure I was there day 1, if not like day 2 or 3 with the Kind of Funny group.
I'd say
I definitely. Oh, sorry, Dil. Go.
Well, you can go.
I was going to say
we're in my segment, but you can go.
what'd you say? Conversational podcast.
you did. You said conversational.
Yeah, that's
Your
what I
words,
said.
not
I
mine.
just said you can go.
So I was just thinking. I was in the Beyond group.
Yeah.
For a while. I remember the whole January 1st or whatever it was, or January 5th, whatever that Kind of Funny day
5th
is all about. Yeah.
So I think it's like the 6th here.
Yeah, I don't know why, because I don't use Twitter, but I ended up looking at Greg's Twitter and seeing that they'd posted that they're leaving IGN and heading to do Kind of Funny. So I ended up watching the live stream like that whole day. I think I missed the first 10 or 15 minutes of the Con and Greg live that they were doing. Yeah, the first Twitch stream. And then it was a couple of weeks actually before I joined the Facebook group for no real reason. But at that point I wasn't listening to the GOG show. I was only listening to Beyond of theirs. And when it kind of... They sort of said they were still doing Beyond, but eventually they would stop. I was, oh, well... Maybe I do actually like these guys as opposed to just liking PlayStation. So I'll see what they actually do, and then started on 150 episodes of GOG or something stupid like that. No, it wasn't that. It was maybe 70 something because I know they'd just done the one with Kevin Smith and the one with
that was like
Kevin Smith.
Who's the
first one I listened to?
Who's the voice actor that does
Dave
Fennoy?
Dave Fennoy, yeah.
Yeah,
they just
the
done
first 10, I think. Dave Fennoy.
DaveFennoy.com.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave Fennoy.
Royalty checks cashing in.
I was going to say I was in the Beyond group, and I'd post and comment in the Beyond group, but I never had like any sense of community there. And although I felt like there was obviously the Beyond community, but the fact was that like to be in that you'd need to live in America, and I'd watch all the it's like you watch the Beyond 200 video, you watch the Beyond 300 video, all these things, and you had like the big like community names within Beyond itself, like the people like Panda Musk and shit like that, obviously. But other than Panda Mask, who was like, as far as I was concerned, the only other Australian who listened to Beyond other than me, as far as I knew. I was like, you posted in that group, and it was just like, and people complain now about like the Kind of Funny group because people bring up things that aren't video games and stuff, and be like, can't we all just talk about games and not be so serious? Stop bringing your life issues in here. But the fact is that if people weren't doing, like, the reason the Kind of Funny group has the bigger community and stuff is because people go in there and like ask for advice about things and whatever else, and it's not like the Beyond group where it's literally just people being like, can you believe they hired this person to play this comic book character? I'm gonna hang myself now, and this game's release date got changed, this is fucking bullshit, I'm gonna fucking blah 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 blah, blah. You know, and you see people in the group complain still. It's like some like, I know people, I'm not going to bring up any specific things, but like
If it wasn't clear, Dylan is also an admin on that group.
oh Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
It was quite biased.
It took around
Unbanned that.
it took about 40. I'm going to edit that part out.
You're not an
Keep
admin
that
on Beyond,
there,
are
I
you,
said
Dylan?
So, like, I was in the Beyond group all the time because I'd sit at work and I'd just, like, I get bored at work and I'd sit on the Beyond group and just comment about games and stuff. So, obviously, I jump in the Kind of Funny group straight away. And so, I'd reckon for the first year, it was, like, very similar to the Beyond group. And then, yeah, I'd say, like, 12 months ago. So, once we got to the second year, after, I suppose, they did the first Kind of Funny Live, you start to see the community start showing up within Kind of Funny. But then you see all the big community names in Kind of Funny, very similarly to the Beyond community people.
Yeah.
They're all Americans. So you're sitting over here as an Australian going, oh, that's cool, I'm glad they've got this little community growing and stuff.
You
and
feel like an
I will-
outsider, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't get angry about it because I'm
No.
just like, well, that's just the way it is. I'm like, it is what it is. You watch all these... you see people like Zyger and whoever else, and they start showing up. And that whole group becomes the big faces of whatever. And they're constantly the people doing all the community events. You're like, cool, that would be great if I lived in America, but I don't, so it'll never happen. And you're like, the idea of an Australian community, or the idea of any community outside the American one just seems like such a stupid idea, because you're like, why would a bunch of Aussies even meet up if they weren't having an event here? Like, why would we even do that? But
Why would we do a podcast?
Yeah, but to be fair, we all kind of, as I was saying earlier, about 12 months ago, we all finally started like kind of like a black hole somehow like dragging in before the RTX stuff even happened. So it wasn't like we waited until an RTX event and was like, oh, we should have a Australian community now. Like, it was kind of already headed on that path anyway. And I feel like if the RTX thing hadn't have happened, I feel like eventually someone would have been like, I'm going to Supernova, I'm going to PAX or whatever, and they would have eventually started having Kind of Funny meetups at other events, I feel like.
For
But,
sure, yeah, absolutely. And I think,
Yeah.
and it's like more so, obviously, you know, it's a lot more now, but in the last probably, 12 months, I've become, you know, Facebook friends with and talking a lot more to, like, you know, there's heaps of Aussies in the group. You know, you got,
I talk to you
Yeah,
cunts
that's
way
it.
more than fucking people I know in real life.
100%, 100%.
Well, we're better than
But
those
we've got, you know, there's
Yeah.
you got Rodell, you've got you know, Shan, you got Paul, you got Nick, there's Nick Castaneda. There's heaps out there. There's Jai, there's Buddy. There's plenty
Buddy.
of
Poor Buddy.
Yeah, poor Buddy. Buddy, shout out.
Shouldn't have got married.
Shout out to Buddy.
What a dumb cunt.
Shout out to Buddy. But
Who's Buddy? I don't know.
Buddy Watson.
Yeah,
He was
He's a good bloke.
him, and I'd say Buddy was like the second or third person, like, after, like, I'd actually say that the three people I started talking to most Aussies first were Jack, Buddy, and Jono.
Yeah,
So-
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout.
He just comments heaps.
He,
you know?
but
he's
the
a good
fact is
fella
that
as well.
he never showed up to RTX, so he's like on the bottom of the fucking podium pole now.
Dead twist.
Good luck with your podcast.
The bottom of the
Review
what? Sorry?
Culture. I'll plug his podcast, Review Culture.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
Like
Shout out.
The
Bloody
bottom
Buddy.
of the Potom Toll. If
Potom
anybody
Toll.
didn't catch that.
Post
Yeah.
them.
Look, no one
You can
says-
edit that
no
in
one tells
post if you
how
want,
to
Dill.
speak Australian, mate.
Yes. Twitter.
very good.
Twatter.
Twatter. So overall, RTX was good. We've all become pretty good pretty good friends. What?
When are we hanging out next? That's the question.
Well, I mean,
Let's not talk about
next Sunday.
Kind of funny life.
when is next Sunday? Every
Yeah,
Sunday.
next
4 p.m.
Sunday at 6 o'clock.
I might come to.
I have to go to a wedding next Sunday. That sucks. I might broadcast from the wedding.
Yeah, I'm out
Facebook
next
Live,
weekend
actually.
as well.
You might get another drunk. I'm going to do a video journal from the wedding. Yes.
Why do you get so excited?
I just
So we've mentioned like Kind of Funny and Kind of Funny Live tangentially and the whole American community stuff. Me and Jack and Claire, but she's not on the podcast.
Who's Claire?
Shout out to
Claire is
Claire.
my girlfriend.
Maybe if Claire's going to listen to this, you said she's going to listen, right?
She's listening right now.
Really?
Shout out
Wow.
to
But
Claire.
she can't hear. Hey, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
When I say she's listening right now, she's listening to the podcast right now that we have already put out. Because
Yeah. Hi, Claire.
Yeah.
she's currently banished to another room along with the
She's
dog.
not sitting next to you watching you play Vito.
She can be a guest on
She's-
one episode.
she's not.
She can be. We need to get some
PSTV.
fucking. There's about 6 dudes on at the moment. We can have one female guest at episode 10, maybe.
Six dudes, one chick. That's a good name for a podcast.
That's a porno.
We've already got a porno enough name as
Yeah.
Yeah, good call, Ash.
And, where was I going? Jack and I are going to Kind of Funny Live 3 in San Francisco with Claire as well. That's why we brought her up in the start of June. And we're trying to pressure everybody else to come with us as well. So that's at least when some of us are meeting up face to face.
I feel
What
like
were you talking about, Dylan?
What?
You were talking about something you were thinking about going to?
Well, my whole thing was I was like, I'll try until the last dying breath to work out some way to get the money and everything to go to Kind of Funny Live. But if that, like, the backup plan is probably like a PAX or something in Melbourne.
Yeah.
A Melbourne.
We've got Comic Con as well in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I would
All
probably
that.
come just for
Something
to hang out.
around October, September, October, November, December, like the last half of the year,
Yeah.
quarter of the year, something around there. We can all agree on something. I mean, I'll just go to any of them and just do.
Well, it doesn't necessarily need to have to be a an event. We can always just sort of go, okay, X month, let's all just organise. Let's commit to a weekend in Melbourne or Sydney or Queensland or wherever, and we all just
Wellington.
rock up and. Or or Brisbane or Melbourne or no.
Wellington.
We can work something. There's a couple of us in Melbourne that people.
We can all
crash.
stay at Jack's place.
Yeah, we can all crash on my couch and Jono's couch, and if we go to Queensland, we can all pile into Ash's place and stay with him and his brother.
Not likely.
No, but we can commit to something, and we can do a live episode together where we're all in a room together and maybe record a video.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah, but there's.
I want to record all kinds of videos in rooms of years. Yeah.
Very good, very good. But no, it's good. And I'm like Tom said, we're going to Kind of Funny Live 3, and it'd be awesome if we could all make it. Obviously, it's not not possible. I was sort of at a point where, in my life, like I've been saying to you guys in our chat, life's very short, and you get reminded of that quite a lot. And it was one of those.
Yeah.
I was almost going to. It was almost going to be too hard, and I was almost resigned to the fact that I wasn't going to go because I didn't want to go away without my girlfriend and my kid again, because I just gone away without them once, and I felt sort of bad about that. And so, and it was going to be way too expensive for all three of us to go, and then to stay, for accommodation. Well, it would have been nearly a $10,000 trip.
Yeah.
So, but then some stuff's happened in the last week, and I just thought life's short, and it's too short to not do the things that you really want to do that mean a lot to you, and so you just go for it. So that's sort of what I'm doing, and I'm going to try and as much as I can.
I have
to.
that exact mindset as you. I just don't have the bank
Money.
account.
Yeah,
The means.
I'm yeah.
Started GoFundMe for Dylan.
Started GoFundMe for Dylan to go to Kind of Funny Live. Yeah, no, and look, I'm fortunate enough to have been in a position where I'm financially sort of stable, and I've just gotten the the changes happening at work and all that kind of stuff that I mentioned before that make it a lot easier. But it would have been, it's not like I'm just throwing I'm just making it rain out here, just throwing money and everything. But it's these things.
Please do.
Please.
I like that visual.
But it's more just making the most of the time and the opportunities that you've got. And speaking to Tim at the RTX meetup, I don't think from what he was saying that there might not be another Kind of Funny live, that this could be the last one in its current form, and he was even saying they're probably not going to come back to RTX Sydney next year, so it might be the only opportunity I ever get to really go, because I'll never fly to the States for like Comic-Con or PAX or anything like that.
But they're going to do another one. Like, the whole thing about no more Kind of Funny live in this state, they'll do more live shows.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I think it'll be a lot more like a Rooster Teeth Expo Let's Play sort of thing, and that's not really my jam.
Yeah, but I'd go to that if that was the only option.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
All good.
Is there anything else, Mr. Host? You kind of...
Yeah.
So
You dropped the ball.
Do you want to...
where does everyone want to just give a quick who is your daddy and what does he do? But where you're from?
What was that?
Where kindergarten cop, deep cut,
Yeah.
deep cut. But
It's a Schwarzenegger.
where are you from?
And you think
What do you
cultured.
do? How old are you? Just give if anyone's listening to this, a quick snapshot.
If they made it this far through.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go. All right, we'll do it. We'll do a introduction. You can pimp whatever you want to pimp now, and we'll do a big pimp now.
Yeah.
So obviously each week we'll do the usual pimp your Twitter handle or whatever, but we'll just do a big pimp now.
Big pimp.
Big introduction pimp. We'll go down the the order we're in on the chat. So start with Ashley.
So me,
and then go down.
so you can follow me on Twitter at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEY, 29, living in Brisbane, working retail, not much else, pretty boring. No fancy YouTube channels or anything. So that's me.
But you've got a podcast.
I've got a podcast now. So
if you start another podcast, you can pimp this podcast.
you can follow us on Twitter at Explosion Pod, I believe. Is that correct?
That's it. At Explosion Pod.
Pod is for podcast. I now understand what that means.
Tom.
Very good. Very good.
I had no idea how that related.
Nick.
Alright, you can find me on Twitter at Lord N.Prior, Prior. I don't use it much, so don't be surprised if I don't get back to you straight away. I'm also a bit of an amateur photographer. You can find me on Instagram at N.PriorPhotography. You can go and give it a look if you don't like it. Don't like anything. And yeah, I have a podcast, which is this right here, which I hope you're listening to. And yeah.
I think they're listening to it if they're hearing it.
Well, they better be.
Yeah. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Jono himself, and there in my Twitter bio you can check out my other podcast, Putting in Work, and my novel, The Spy and the Maven, which hopefully will be published in the coming months.
Academic.
Fingers
That's the
crossed.
word I was trying to think of before. You would be our academic.
40 minutes.
I was going to say, it's only taken an hour.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jono. Go.
Well, you got there in the end.
I got there.
That's all I had.
Is that it? Jack's go?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Cruz, 27, Melbourne, worked for Coca-Cola, if you probably don't already. Well, you might not know if you're watching this, but Coca-Cola, man. That's
Pepsi for life.
No.
Yes.
Don't you hurt me with words like that. You can follow me on Twitter at Cruisey, KRUSEY_mate. You can follow me on Instagram at Cruisey_mate. You can follow me on YouTube, Cruisey mate, no underscore. I've just started
You need
a
to
video.
sort that shit out.
I've just started a video journal on YouTube, so just to sort of give me a platform to put some stuff out there. So I've done 4 episodes so far, which is going well. So I'm enjoying that.
I gotta ask, since today's video went up, episode 4, and you was talking about how this would just be a complete disaster. So now that we're actually rearing the end of it,
I think it's a lot.
was it?
No, it's good. I was trying to set.
This is at least 6 out of 10. I feel.
I feel like a solid 6 out of 10. No, I think.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
I was trying to set the expectations low, but no. Look, who knows? I thought maybe it would be a mess, but this has gone really well. I think we haven't been all talking over
For the
each other.
first episode, I'd say this is pretty good for the first episode.
Yeah, bloody right. So no, very good. Yeah, I was drunk as well, so you can take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Though.
So next video log, it was a great success. Everyone.
Great success. I might do that this afternoon. I might do a review of Pleasure Explosion.
Good choice.
Where did that name come from? Can we get to that?
Pleasure. We didn't explain the fucking name. No,
we will get to that.
No.
We will get to that on another episode.
Yeah,
I
that's
was about to say, yeah.
That
We just
can
might discuss it.
It's a fantastic story, and I can't wait to tell you how we landed on that on another episode.
Pleasure Explosion.
I don't know where you're getting the order for telling people to talk from, Dylan, but I figure I can just
next.
go next.
You're up next.
Yes. They're in alphabetical on my screen, like my names.
Yeah.
So Ashley, Aussie Nick, which is Nick, then Jono, K, Cruising Mate.
What do you mean on your screen?
I'm on my computer.
Discord.
So,
Okay,
are you on
maybe
your phone?
that's... Yeah, I'm on my phone.
I'm on my computer, and it has the order of everyone in the chat.
Okay, so I have to click on an extra...
Okay,
people
we'll
button.
just say, forget that I'm looking at anything. We're just going in alphabetical order.
You're ruining the podcast, Tom.
Because
Fuck's sake.
D at the bottom. You can edit this out if you need to. You can find me anywhere, Tom DeBomb 89.
I thought you was just... hold on. I seriously thought you was just about to say, you can find me anywhere walking around in Wellington.
That's how they do it in New Zealand.
Well, I am in Wellington, thank you. I don't have a car, so I will be walking. You spell Tom DeBomb, TOMDABOM 89, because that was cool when I was 12, and I have just kept it on everything.
Shuhei, please let us change our names.
I'm keeping that. I've got it on Twitter.
Okay.
I've got it on PlayStation. It's like my Facebook. You can go facebook.com/that and find me.
I'm the same, man. It's good. That's Cruisy Mate was like my year 7 Hotmail email address, and it's something I've used it for everything ever since, and I'm pretty glad that I have.
Well, I signed up to Discord today to make this podcast, and I used Tom DeBomb 89. So if you want to find me on Discord, I guess you can.
It's so in demand.
Do you know? Did you say just add me on PSN so I can play Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Warriors God Seekers is a fantastic game, but it has no multiplayer. So
No wonder. I think IGN only gave it like a 5.5 or something.
I didn't know they reviewed it.
Yeah, they did. I read it the other day.
Sound like cunts.
It's the first time someone said cunt on this podcast.
No, I'm
No,
pretty sure Dylan said it earlier.
I've said it at least 2 or 3 times.
Oh, really? That's the first time? Oh, that's disappointing. I was
Yeah.
going to say that was our inaugural cunt.
If you, is anyone going to re-listen to this? I mean, I probably will.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Hope so if
Definitely.
you're editing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes I just shut up.
All it turns into is 20 minutes of Dylan talking to himself. Just edited everyone
Well,
out.
it will be just me talking to myself if you fucking cunts don't send your half. Anyway, it's my go. You can find me anywhere on the internet at Viva Ladil, which is VIVALADIL. There's a YouTube channel. I do vlogs on there at the moment mainly. There's Viva Ladil TV where I do let's plays and trailer reaction videos, and you can head to vivaladil.com where you can find all that, and I write movie reviews and stuff over there as well. And you can find me on Twitter at Viva Ladil TV. Thank you very much.
That sounds very practiced.
I'm thinking about here's the thing. Do we want to just fuck it? No, we'll just discuss this as part of the podcast. What day? So
You can also edit it out if you want.
No. It's all part of it now.
But before we discuss, I just want to make a note that if you're listening to this, it may sound like that we're obsessed with Kind of Funny, which we are. It's a big part of our lives, but this is going to be our own thing, not a Kind of Funny community podcast.
Yeah,
trying
it
to
just made
yeah.
sense for the first
It,
episode.
it facilitated us coming together, but now we're going to go off doing our own thing.
It makes sense to discuss it if it's the
It does,
catalyst
yeah.
of the reason we all know each other.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I'm
just saying.
When
for
I
the
host
people
my first
listening.
episode, it's going to go, "What's up, everybody? Welcome." No,
I wouldn't be surprised if you did, actually. So,
I've got my own intro.
so we're going to record every Sunday. Do we want to post? Just aim for Sunday/Monday.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think 'cause we can still get.
Oh,
we can,
I'm happy, whatever.
we can get away with doing it Monday because it's technically Sunday.
No, don't say that. That's cheating.
No, we can Monday for us because it's Sunday for them.
Yes,
Is what I mean.
I guess it just depends on your workflow, how long it's going to
I'll
take.
do it
you to-
now. This is a great. Tom.
Hello.
Lead
Dropping
us
the
out.
ball.
Take us.
You're the
Take
you're
us home.
Take
Take
us
us
home.
home.
Take us
Is what I'm
home.
trying to say. Is what I'm trying to say is take us home.
I didn't write an outro. I only wrote the intro.
Well, you didn't really think this through, did you? It's not an open-ended book. You actually have to close it off.
I thought about it more than anybody
just
else because
assumed that-
I wrote notes and everything.
You just assume the connection would drop out at some point.
Yeah. I thought
Like
Jack would
15
just run
minutes
out of
in, It's going to
battery.
go downhill, and we'll just fucking cancel the whole thing. So,
All right, that's one in the can. Thank you everybody for listening. If you did, all two of you, we really appreciate it, and
Thanks, Claire.
look forward to
Thanks, Claire.
speaking to you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.
bye.
Bye!
Doxy's a
See ya.
dog.
Can't.
What is that you say, Jack?
It's my catchphrase.
What is it?
What?
What?
What?